Hello, this is Stephen Childs, founder of TeamFairness.com. I'm driving Uber. It's 2 in the morning or something, thereabouts. So, I just got a higher paying job. When there's no drivers around and there's demand for drivers, then they pay more for the trip. So, I'm like really suffering health-wise. So I have to minimize the amount of time I'm driving. And like now, I just turned the app off, so I'm totally relaxed making a video. So this is my body's healing from whatever stress happened on the trip from the driving. I was thinking on the way over about divine providence. Is it a coincidence? What I think is that everything is one thing, like the Sikh religion explains. Ekankar. And there is a guru. And they call the guru God. And I think God is the force of goodness as opposed to the force of evil. And these forces come from the conscious beings that emerged from no consciousness. So God emerged from no consciousness. And it's the choice of goodness that causes God to exist. It's just that you can choose good or you can choose evil. So the choice of good is God. It's our collective power. And the power of evil is the choice of doing someone wrong, harming someone, being greedy, or etc. So I don't think there's a God that planned how we look. I think we happen from biological evolution. So God doesn't have anything to do with people that have handicaps or people that are extremely attractive. That's coincidence. That's randomness. And in the randomness, in the coincidence, in the realm of coincidence, there are beings that choose goodness. So we choose to be, I side with goodness. We choose to be helpful to others, to care about everyone, to love and forgive. The Church of Fairness is also within Team Fairness. And God is the all-powerful oneness. And I might want to add to how I define, how Team Fairness, how Church of Fairness defines God. It's the all-powerful oneness choosing goodness. So it just needs to be clarified that there is evil, and it's when we choose to do others wrong. We are the evil. When I have harmful thoughts about someone, that's me being evil, having evil thought. So recently I've been thinking, if I have unfair thoughts, tie me up and whip me, or tie me up and hit me with a club. Like something really punishing. So that seems to stop this part of me that's influenced by some other mind that's egging me on, that's encouraging me to think harmful thoughts about other people. So it's working. I've suffered my whole life from. I think there's other entities that jump in that connect that are within the basis of reality that have telepathic ability with us, angels and demons. I think they're real. And there are other life forms of life that have evolved from biology. And, there's a lot of times gone by since the beginning of this universe. And they're thinking that there was other universes before this universe. So maybe the power of goodness, the God consciousness, stays through the end of this universe and into the next. Maybe. Who knows? So I'm thinking about randomness, and is it a coincidence? It's not a coincidence when we make a choice. So I think there are beings here that can cause the light to go out, or to be red, or to be green. They can intervene. They can intervene in our computers. They're extremely advanced extraterrestrials that choose to be good. And there are extremely powerful extraterrestrials that choose to do wrong. So it's like the extraterrestrials are going through the same experience of having choice, and they can choose good or they can choose evil. So me choosing to wait and not take a lower paying trip while I was waiting to get the trip results in the coincidence that I get a higher paying trip, shorter distance. And the coincidence of this is that it is a person that is being done wrong. And when I picked this guy up, he said that I saved him. And so he explained how someone was disrespecting him, provoking him, trying to cause anger in him. So was it a coincidence that I showed up to pick him up? See, coincidences are also connected to conscious choice when you have consciousness involved in the equation. So it could have been someone that was having evil thoughts that continued to try to harm the guy. So I think it's fair that I explain a little bit. The guy his roots were in the Punjab with Sikhism. So I told him the guru sent me over. And he doesn't sound like he's actively practicing religion. We talked about how the Sikhs are having problems with their children becoming atheists, just like in the Mormon church that I grew up in. My idea of God is basically atheism. There's not a God that planned how we look or what our qualities are. So God, it's called an emergent God. God emerged, the ability to choose good over evil, and the force that creates emerged from no consciousness. So that's like atheism. Or is it? It's a matter of definition. So words are defined, and you can look up definitions, and then you can get more clarity on non-dualism, a non-dualistic God. You can ask AI, what about an emergent God that came from evolution and it's the force of goodness in the universe? And then see what AI says. So it can become very interesting on defining what God is. You could ask AI, is there a definitive definition? And who defines it? See what I mean? Definition is like an agreement of what the word means, and they can change over time. Etymology is the study of the root meaning of words, going way back in time, thousands of years. So we have these religions. I grew up in Christianity, a type of Christianity called Latter-day Saint, the Mormons. My family's Mormon. So I had trouble because I was the black sheep. I left. I drank. They looked down on people that drink. I had so much betrayal against me from them trying to control the culture that I was very hurt. I've been trying to heal my whole life from the force of evil. See, the force, I told my mom's bishop that there's evil in the church and I'm fighting it. I can defeat it. I was told telepathically by my spirit friends. Who are they? Who are my spirit friends that communicate with me telepathically? They're conscious beings that are making choice. They have the intelligence to communicate with me in a rational way. And they've shown me how extremely intelligent they are in various ways. And they kind of play like they're not so they can communicate with my level. That's my opinion. There's various types. It's like Bruno that was burned at the stake. He was teaching that the universe is full of other life forms. Swedenborg said there are communities of beings out there, different communities. And there's heaven and hell. So in the Christian religion, we're taught that there is hell trying to get our soul and heaven's trying to get our soul. So there's a friend I met. He had a dream. It was like that. There was a God and there was a Satan. And Satan wanted his soul and God wanted his soul. And he was in between wondering what his choice was going to be. And he was pursuing goodness. So he was given this dream about good and evil. Who gave him the dream? Do you think his brain gave him the dream? I don't. Because our brains are non-local. Everything is non-local, so everything is everything else because there's only one thing. This is what the Sikh religion teaches God is. The one thing. Ek Onkar. So the teachings in Sikhism are profound. It's deep. It's about the nature of reality. It's like science understanding, if it wants to be. I want Church of Fairness to be science understanding. So this guy gave a ride that I saved from evil. Somebody was choosing evil. And the guy was teasing him, trying to provoke by calling him Aladdin because of his skin color. It was different. So he recognized that he was not Mexican. The guy probably didn't understand. He's oh, you're Aladdin. And then he started provoking him. After the guy says, my name is blah, blah, and he would not call him by his name. He wouldn't tell him his name. So the guy chose evil to be harmful to the man. And on the way over, I was thinking about good and evil. See, here's where the non-coincidence part of the equation is. My choice of thoughts are not coincidence. They're determined by me to a high degree, or to some degree, one or the other. I don't know which it is. Some people, there's no choice. It's all determined what I'm going to choose next. That becomes a very deep topic of conversation because of quantum non-locality and superdeterminism, this idea in science of superdeterminism. The future's already created. It matches up with some religious ideas. Predetermination. So Aladdin is the guy with the lamp and the magic carpet. So I show up as the magic carpet. Vaheguru, that's what the Sikhs say to honor God, the Guru, the amazing Guru. So I thought of hearing Steppenwolf, the band from the 60s. They did the song Magic Carpet Ride. And their name is taken from a book, Herman Hesse, I think, and he wrote I can't think of the name. It's about Buddha. So I read the one about Buddha. So the author is a thinking man that wrote the book, and Steppenwolf, the band members, were thinking people interested in our history and our culture. They wrote another song called The Monster, and it's about how America has turned into a monster. And don't you care about your sons and daughters? Where are you now, America? So I made a short about how we need to make good choices for the children so the children have a safe place to be born into on planet Earth. Is this coincidence? It's not when you include conscious choice into the randomness. It's not coincidental. Thank you. So I gave the man my card that talks about love and forgiveness. So I reminded myself, this is not chance. It's by my efforts that are on my own writing. Love and forgive everyone. Like Jesus said, how many times? As many times as they do you wrong. Turn the other cheek. Let them hit you again. Let them offend you again. It's metaphor. So, of course, if somebody's physically harming us, we're going to find a way to defend ourselves. So how do we defend ourselves? With the power of good. So the Guru shows up. Miracles happen because they know everything we're doing. The higher beings. So love and forgiveness and the practice of goodness is a wonderful endeavor. Have a great day. Things are happening fast. A few days ago, I was being told telepathically Trump is going to have me killed. And that fear is here. They're telling me, don't go out driving, they will kill you. Well, the evil that I was warned about, that they knew about, already manifested, and I'm already loving and forgiving the guy that was trying to provoke my new friend. So he's a friend too. I'm a friend to everyone. They might hate me, but I'm their friend, no matter what they do. Thank you.